Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's a joy to be with you tonight. So, you know that I love to bring the diversity of music to you, right? Right? So, most of the time we have singer-songwriters that do folky type rock stuff. Tonight's guest is not really of that genre, but you've seen him before and you've liked him before. So it's a pleasure to bring him back to the attic to present to you. I hope that you'll welcome into your heart and into your home, Mr. Paul Colombino.
Thank you, Dot. It's good to be back here at Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm going to start off with a song that I wrote back in 1995 or so. I was visiting Vero Beach in Florida and a friend of mine down there, and this kind of song came out of that visit. It's called Vero Beach. Thanks. That's Vero Beach. So this tune I wrote kind of in tribute to a sort of mentor of mine. I listened to a lot of Leo Kottke when I was a younger man and was pretty much floored by his playing. And so I tried to learn everything I could by listening to his albums and playing along with him. And so I named this song after him. It's called Kottke. It's got this cool little chord in it that I used in the last tune too. If you're keeping score. Thanks. Yeah, it's called Kottke. A couple of years ago when I retired from teaching, I kind of felt the summer coming in that year as sort of like an old friend coming to visit. And so I wrote a little bit about that feeling in this song. It's the title of my last CD that I made, and that CD's available anywhere you can buy CDs or download music or stream it. And it's called Hello, Old Friend. Okay, I'm going to change tunings here for this next song. This next song I wrote in the heat of the summer. And so I figured I would name it after that experience. So I call it It's Not the Heat after that famous cliche, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Here it is. So this is It's Not the Heat. It's Not the Heat. It's Not the Heat. Let's see. Next tune coming up is something I wrote a while ago, too. This is on my last CD. It's called Without You. And it's sort of a song about when you lose somebody, either through falling out of love or them relocating someplace else, or even a more permanent loss. And it's that kind of universal feeling that we all get sometimes. And for me, the best way to get feelings like that out of my system and out into the light where I can look at them is to write a song about it. So I did. And this is called Without You. Thank you. All right. I got one more tune with this guitar. This one I wrote while watching birds flying up into the air at the beach one day. I have a lot of free time. So I sit around at the beach watching birds fly in the air and thinking, do these guys, do they like their job? Do they hate their job? I don't really know. But what I think is they probably just accept it. That's what they do. They fly up into the air, they dive into the water, they catch a fish, and they go home, and they go back and do it the next day. And I think human beings should be more like that. So I call this song The Plover's Secret. Thank you.
Nicely done.
A Plover Secret. I'm going to switch guitars now, get a little bit different tunings in this other guitar. The next song I'm going to play is one that I wrote that I think sounds a bit like an Americana type of a piece. So quick switch over here. I actually call it God Bless Americana. see. Have I got anything to plug? I'm not playing any place in the near future, so look around for me. I have a website, paulcolombino.com, if you want to check that out. So this song is called God Bless Americana. Talking about my nail earlier, I just kind of split a little bit, and I think I got the little piece off. It's kind of a, when you play fingerstyle guitar, you get that as a little bit of a hazard sometimes. Fingernails will break right in the middle of a song, and not much you can do about it except keep on keeping on. I went to see a fingerstyle guitarist a while ago, and he did that right in the first or second song. He just took a break, walked off, and put out a fake nail and came back in 20 minutes. And
Paul, you want to finish this song and come talk to me?
What's that?
You want to finish this song and come talk to me?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
Sounds good, right?
Sounds great, yeah. Let's see, I'm going to do, I'll do one from my first album. It's called Everheart.
That's
Ever.
awesome. So while Paul's getting over here to sit and chat with me, let me tell you about some things that are going on. Actually, while this is airing, we are out at the Nick, and the Beehive Queen, Christine Ullman herself, is there. So you still have time to get out there and see her, but then you'd have to shut our show off. So, she's going to be playing at the Mystic Cinemas also. That's coming up in April, so stay tuned and I'll tell you more about that. There's all kinds of shows going on. There's a place now over on Long Hill Road in Groton called The Barn, and they're doing live music all the time. The Social has opened back up and they're doing live music. Studio 33, not Studio 33, 33 on Golden Street, 33 Golden Street, is doing live music. Just get out there. The Guard has opened back up. There's one more ECSO symphony performance. I believe that's May 5th. So get out there and enjoy live music. Support your local artists, support your local musicians, and if you're not feeling all that safe, wear a mask. Sanitize your hands, do what you need to do, and take care of your neighborhood. Let's talk to Paul then. Hi, welcome back to the attic.
Thank you. Good to be
Your
back
music, oh my gosh. So there are times when I just put a CD, I have a couple of your CDs, and I put them on and I study to them because I can.
Yep.
It's a wonderful music. Some of the questions I'm going to ask you, we've talked about before, but we have new listeners all the time.
New viewers all the time.
New viewers all the time. What made you decide as a musician to play this style of music? Because it's not middle of the road.
Yeah, I think I started out as a folk musician, listening to Peter, Paul and Mary, Bob Dylan, all the big folk artists of the 1960s and so. And a lot of them played this style as an accompaniment to vocals, which it works really well. But then I started listening to people that took it a little bit further and played it instrumentally. And what I found was it was a way to get the guitar to sound like more than one instrument. It has melody, it has rhythm, it has chords, it has bass lines to it. So you can kind of be like a little miniature orchestra when you play the guitar in this style. So that's what really drew me to it, is being able to do that.
And you've become really, really, really good at it.
Thank you.
Who do you find appreciates your music the most? What kind of audience?
I think it's mostly, it's funny because I used to think, and I still do, it's like a listening type audience that's, like there's a couple of clubs that I play that are set up more like listening rooms rather than having tables. The performance room has chairs, rows of chairs facing the stage, and people are sitting there and basically, there to listen. And that kind of audience really seems to respond the best. However, I do play nightclubs and bars sometimes, and what I find is if I kind of mix it up and sprinkle in some cover tunes and then throw in one of my own instrumental tunes, they seem to go over really well. In fact, I played a club in Connecticut a couple of weeks ago, and one of the best responses I got was to that song, Hello Old Friend. It was just a very mellow,
beautiful song.
Quiet song, and people just seem to like it a lot. So.
Yeah. So your Plover song you've done on this show several times, and it always ekes a response out of my spirit. I don't know if it's because I know the storyline behind it or because of the way the music just kind of feeds my soul, but what a beautiful song. And you wrote it while you were sitting on the beach watching the birds.
Yeah, I really did have this weird thought that birds, I don't think they ever get up in the morning and go, I hate my job, I don't really want to go in and dive into the water after fish all day. I hate doing that. My wings get all tired. I can't stand it.
I don't think they do that
I
either.
don't think they do. And I think, we humans tend to just do that. And instead of just kind of accepting it and saying, hey, you know what? This is what I do every day. Maybe I should just kind of try and enjoy it.
Right,
So that's,
right.
I sort of felt like they kind of taught me that lesson. And actually that kind of thought gives one a lot of peace, I think. And that's kind of where the peaceful nature of the song comes from. It's sort of like, oh, this is my life and it's actually not too bad.
Right, right. So COVID has affected us for 2 years. What have you been doing during this kind of shut down time?
I've been doing a lot of playing and a lot of recording, a lot of videos. I've got quite a few videos on YouTube now. I've done a few shows like this where, kind of a closed studio, and even though, we're taking precautions and everything, it's still, it's not through a live audience. So I didn't play a lot of live music, but I played a lot of online shows, a couple of them, one of them in Cambridge, England, one of them on the West Coast, another one in Boston at Club Passim in Boston. So it's given me the opportunity to play some places that I might not otherwise have gotten to, at least
Nice.
in this lifetime.
So you did a live show from your living room that aired in England?
Yeah, it was basically like an open mic type of show. I think they ran theirs on Zoom, and I just clicked into their Zoom link, and I had my own recording and some video equipment at home, and I just streamed to them, and then other artists do the same thing. It's a pretty interesting thing to do, yeah.
Neat. You must have got a great response from them.
It was really interesting. The one in England in particular had a lot of viewers, and I got a lot of good response on that. There was one in Bavaria, Germany, too, that I did a couple of times, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been so much fun.
It was.
It's nice that your music is worldwide. It's nice that people get to see what you do. You said that you don't have a lot of live gigs coming up, but are there any in the next couple of months that you can tell us about?
In May, I have a memorial concert that I'm doing to benefit the Matt Sheehan Foundation. It's a South Kingstown young man that lost his life way too early, and so there's a foundation set up for him that gives scholarships to kids at South Kingstown High School. So I'll be playing that in May. And then in June, I'm playing at a place called don't tell me, Java Madness. That's also in South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Small coffee shop, but a real nice place to play, right on the water.
Nice. That's awesome. Do you have a new CD in the works?
I do. I'm working on it. I have the material. I think the next thing that I put out is going to be an EP. I have about 6 to 8 songs that are ready to record. So I'm going to be starting that fairly soon, probably within the next 3 or 4 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it'll be ready for the fall?
Probably ready for the fall, maybe the winter of next year. Yeah.
A Christmas album.
Oh, there you go. I did one of those, a while ago. I did a whole bunch of Christmas songs arranged for acoustic guitar, and I haven't reprinted it in a while, but it's still there. I can still reprint that at some point.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I'd love that. And then you'll have to come back here and come to the radio station and, all those things.
All right.
You'll have to do that.
That sounds great.
What makes you, now I know With It a Bird made you write a song, and some Americana rootsy music made you write a song, and Saying Goodbye to Somebody made you write a song. What other kinds of things make you come up with a tune?
Most of the time it's just feelings. Like there are whatever feelings I happen to be feeling at the time. If I'm in a very happy place, something like Kotke will come out where it's just
that's
like
a great song.
Really bright and energetic kind of music. And then other times when I'm feeling a little bit down, I will write a song that kind of feels like down. And it's sort of like, all right, it sort of brings that emotion out and through the instrument and into the atmosphere, I guess, sort of, so that it's not just bouncing around inside of me. And I find that kind of therapeutic to do that. It's just like, okay, I get where that feeling comes from, and I've expressed it, and now I'm going to move on to whatever is next. The other thing that inspires me sometimes is just playing the guitar. Sometimes I'll pick up the guitar and play a couple of notes on it, and I'll just say, whoa, wait a minute, what could I do with that? I could turn it around and play it backwards, or I could play it upside down, or I could lengthen it or shorten it. And, you know, from that comes the craft of sort of building something off of a germ of an idea.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your music is definitely unique and definitely, what's the word I want? Engaging.
Oh, thank you.
It brings people into it. Like I said, I play it when I study, oftentimes, because I can.
Yeah.
And because it just kind of sits behind, my brain is doing this on the study portion, and your music is doing this, just kind of mellowing me out and making me focus. And I think that's nice. Not all music does that for me, I have to tell you. So music just, it does so many things. Now, when did you start playing guitar?
I started when I was about 11 years old. I played clarinet for a couple of years in school and didn't really like it very much.
You didn't like playing the clarinet?
It was actually my third choice. I wanted to play the drums,
Okay.
but they were too loud. My parents wouldn't let me do that. And then I wanted to play the saxophone, but the band instructor said, well, I was little, and he said that saxophone was probably bigger than me. So he said, you might start on the clarinet. So third choice, and it just wasn't much. And then, I don't know, I think I was watching TV one day and saw Ricky Nelson playing the guitar on TV, and I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to play that.
Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
That goes back a couple of days.
Oh, a couple of days, yeah.
Was he playing on a show that he was on? Was he a guest on a show? Do you remember?
I think I saw him playing and singing on Ozzie and Harriet on that old show.
Yeah,
and,
that was.
They would have segments with him playing once in a while, and that was like, well, that's cool. I want to be that guy.
So did you start playing like folk rock at that point?
Yeah, pretty much.
To amplify him?
Yeah, pretty much him, and you know, like I said, Dylan and Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Later on, James Taylor and all of the, you know, more traditional type and more newish folk artists of that era. I started really emulating.
I'm a huge Peter, Paul, and Mary fan. Huge.
Yeah.
They have guided me through many things. Their music. When you write a song, your song has depth to it. What gives you, now we know where the Plover song came from, and we know where Americana song came from. What gives you the idea to name a song? Where do your names for your songs come from?
Yeah, well, different places, like those particular songs. God Bless Americana was just sort of like, I felt like, you know, this is sort of a song that felt a little bit like Americana music, and it also made me feel like, oh yeah, thank God Americana came along to kind of revitalize folk music. Other things are just like the Without You song was one of the songs that sometimes I'll write a song and not really know where it comes from until I finish writing it. And then I sort of kind of post-analyze it and say, oh, that's a really sad song. What was going on in my life? And I recognize that in that case, you know, I just, you know, lost someone, and it was like, oh, that's where that came from. Now I understand. So that's why I named that particular song Without You, because it was like a sort of a realization after I wrote the song that, oh, that's where that emotion came from. You know?
Right. Do you think that what you do for music resonates with your audience the same way that it resonates with you? Do you think that your music puts those ideas in your audience's heads?
I hope so. That's the aim. And I have had people mention things like that to me, where saying that they could actually picture the thing that I was trying to depict with musically, you know, in their brain. They could see birds floating along the shore or something like that. So I think, you know, maybe talking about it might give them that suggestion. But on the other hand, I hope that the music will at least give that message without words. You know.
Nice. Yeah. How much music do you do that you actually sing with?
I have probably only, out of my repertoire, maybe 3 or 4 vocal tunes that I've written. But I do sing a lot of cover tunes when I'm playing in clubs and playing in concerts. I do like to sing. I just I didn't bring any of those with me today. I might do one for the outtake. Maybe I'll do one.
Nice.
For the outtake.
Nice.
Yeah.
What makes you choose a cover?
Makes me choose. Usually it's something that resonates with me on the one hand, but on the other hand that I can make my own. I'll find that if I pick up a song and normally I can't sing a song or play a song like anybody else. I don't know why. I just can't do that. But if I pick up something and say, this is something I could really make my own and take what that particular artist wrote and make it my own type of song, then I'll do it. So that's usually what
I feel
chooses it for me.
I feel pretty strongly about covers. I feel that if you're going to do them, you either have to do them exactly the way that they were originally done, or you have to take that song and rewrite it and make it your own song. It still has to have something that has something to do with the original, but when you take a song and make it your own, that's how to present a cover. I had that happen with a young lady that's been here before, and really young, like she might be 21 now, maybe, but when I met her, she was just barely 18. And she was doing all kinds of stuff up on stage, her own stuff. And then she said, I'm going to do some Stevie Nicks, and my heart sank. I was like, oh no, this is not a good thing.
It's hard to do Stevie,
because
for sure.
who can do Stevie Nicks, right? She took that song, and it was the song Leather and Lace. And she took that song and she made it her own. And by the end of her singing it, I was weeping.
Oh, really?
Because it was so amazing. But when an artist such as yourself takes a song and turns it into something that fascinating and that intriguing and that your own, it just thrills me, because that shows real talent. That's my opinion. My opinion. Worth about this much, but that is my opinion. And I say it often, that originals are important, but being able to do a cover is also extremely important. If you could choose one artist from the past, you've mentioned a couple of them, but if you could choose one artist from the past that you feel has given you the most encouragement, or not the most inspiration, couldn't find the word, who would that be and why?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still would stick with Leo Kottke. The first time I heard him, I was actually playing a lot of 12-string guitar, and I was at a party at a friend's house, and I was playing my guitar, and he said, oh, if you play the 12-string, you got to listen to this guy. I'd never heard of him before. And so he put on the famous Armadillo album, Leo Kottke's 6 and 12-string guitar. And honestly, like, if my jaw could have gone through the floor, it would have gone right through the floor. It was just amazing. And from then on, I just decided, that's the kind of guitar I want to play. I want to play that style. I want to play 12-string. I want to do finger-style guitar. And from there on, there were other artists along the way that also inspired me to keep going. But that was really kind of the impetus for really delving into the fingerstyle.
Awesome. You want to tell our audience really quick where people can find you on social media, on the websites, and on YouTube?
Sure. I have a website, paulcolombino.com, and you'll see the spelling up on the screen there later on. And also I'm on YouTube. I have a couple of channels on YouTube. Just look up the name. And also Facebook. Instagram, I think, too, but I hardly ever check that. So try Facebook first.
All right, and they can get your albums on
Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, any download or streaming services, pretty much all.
Awesome, awesome. So thank you so much for coming back to the attic. Thank you. It's always amazing to have you here. I love your music, and I enjoy having you here. It just puts my soul right here.
Oh, good.
Just right here. Would you take us out with a song?
Sure.
I'd love that. Don't forget to unmic.
Oh, I almost
So, so while Paul's getting over there and getting his guitar picked back up, let me remind you, it's still March. It's still cold out, and we might have more snow. So take care of your neighbors, and as the warm weather approaches, please check in on your neighbors. Make sure that they have what they need, that they have water, that they have food, that they're alive. I know that sounds weird, but with this isolation that we've had to do, we don't see our neighbors as much. If you're not seeing any motion going on in your neighbor's house, please check on them. Make sure everything's okay. We need to take care of our neighbors in this community. That's what we're here for. I love you guys. I'll see you all next week. Have a really great week. Bye.
So I think I'll do this cover tune by George Harrison. Little darling, it's been a long and a cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, well, it's alright. Little darling, I feel the ice, it's slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. Thank you.